Yeah, people blaspheme God all the time. Okay, we see it all the time on the internet all the time. YouTube, Facebook, uh, even in our entertainers, Beyonce and all of them, creepy, freaky people. They blaspheme God all the time. Uh, they use Jesus Christ's name as a curse word now. Jesus effing Christ. Man, what's wrong with you, man? Jesus Christ. Okay? They use his name like a curse word. All right? Did you know that's not going to be tolerated in the millennial reign? In the millennial reign, see, listen. Wow. You're going to be like a crown. In the millennial reign, you're going to be the crown of God. You're going to be his crown. His crown is going to extend all over the earth. It's going to be you. Did you know when you offend the crown, you offend the king? Did you know that? Did you know when you offend, did you touch that crown or you speak evil toward that crown? That's just like doing it to the king. So when you are in the presence of somebody, this is the way it's going to be. I hope you're going to be on the right side. If you're in the presence of somebody and they say, Jesus effing Christ, man, what's wrong with you? Did you know you're going to have the power and the authority to judge them like you want? If you want to slap them in their mouth and knock their teeth out for saying that, you will have the power and the authority to do it. If you want to take them and lock them up in a dungeon for a year, you will have the power and the authority to do it for saying something like that. If they say, God damn you, man, if you want to take that rod of iron that Christ gave you and shatter their teeth with it for saying that, you will have the right and the power and the authority to do it. We don't have the right and power and authority to do it now. But the day is coming when we will. See, a lot of this evil speaking the Bible telling us to put away from us, the world does it, and we have to tolerate it. We have to tolerate them blaspheming his name, blaspheming him. But the day is going to come, but we will not tolerate that. Okay? If you want to command that they will not be able to speak anymore for a year, 2 years, for saying bad words, you will have the power and the authority to do it. Because you will rule and reign with him. That is, you will lay down the rules with Christ. So because you're going to be his crown. You will be his crown. You are the crown in the hand of God, the Bible said. So the Bible says, put off all these things, anger, fury, or rage, wickedness, blasphemy, impure speech, cuss words, filthy talk, filthy speech. Let me see. Malice. Okay? The intention or desire to do evil. The intentions or the desire to do evil, or to do ill will. Spite. Put it away. He says, put this away. Okay? No insults or obscene talk must ever come from your lips. That's the Good News translation. No insults. And it's talking to me too. Because I need to clean up some stuff myself. Okay? I ain't as bad as I used to be, but I'm not as good as I could be either. Must confess. Right? I must confess. All right? I need to clean it up some more too. All right? Filthy talk. Abusive language. All right? It says get rid of all these things. After you nullify your body of fornication, masturbation, fornication. Fornication includes all sin, all sexual sins, no matter what it is. When you see the word fornication, that has to do with all sexual sins. Okay, verse 9 says, do not lie to each other, since you have taken off the old self or the old man with his practices. Don't even lie to each other. Huh? Sometimes I don't want to answer my wife. Sometimes I don't want to answer her. Sometimes it's just things, there are things I don't think she needs to know because I don't want her worrying about stuff. You know? There's something she asks me, I don't want to tell her because I know she's going to worry about it. It's going to get her upset. And, I don't want to see her like that. So I try to answer her without lying to her. That calls for wisdom. You remember what I said at the beginning of the video? Walk in love, true, but you better walk in wisdom too. Okay? Because see, sometimes you can say some things, just get yourself in trouble or cause more trouble, unnecessary trouble. When you could have just said something else and got out of it without telling a lie. Okay? You don't want to be a liar. But the Bible said all liars will have their part in the lake of fire. See, we want to come down on the homosexual, talk about all the things that they do, but the Bible said liars are going to be in there with the homosexuals. All right? Have put on the new self. The new self, that's the righteous man. That's the man of Christ. That's the man that's walking and talking like Christ. You put that man on, which is being renewed in knowledge in the image of his creator. You being renewed in knowledge. Okay, you coming to know more and more about God. Okay, and you being renewed through knowledge, through what you know. Think about it. What you know change you. What I know now has changed me from what I used to be. Okay? Yeah. This is as simple. What you know will change you. Okay? It says that, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Wait a minute, let me go back over that. Renewed in knowledge after the image that created you, being renewed in the image of the Creator. That's what that's saying. You being, it may not look like it. Look like to me I'm getting older every day. You know what I'm saying? But oh no, sometimes God let me see my spirit man. Boy, if you could see your spirit man, it will change your life. You ought to ask God, Lord, let me see my spirit man. But let me see you, Lord. Because see, your spirit man is the one that's being renewed in the image of him anyway. Let me see you. Let me see you in your glory. Let me see give me a glimpse of what you're making me into. See, when I look in the mirror of my physical self, sometimes I look like an old man. And sometimes I look like I'm just getting older. And I just look and just go, man, wish I was 20 years old again. But there's a new man on the inside of me. He's being transformed into the image of Christ. Then the Bible said we shall be like him. We shall see him as he is, and we shall be like him. That's what the word says. See, in the very beginning, Christ made us in his image and in his likeness. And we're going to be like him again. I'm telling you, if you could see, God has given me a glimpse of the Spirit, the new man. I'm telling you, there is no words to describe how beautiful, how powerful and glorious Christ have made you. Christ have made you. Okay? All the glory and honor and praise goes to Christ because he did it. He did it by way of his blood and sacrifice. All right, let me move on. I don't want to be too long on this. Okay. Here there is no Gentile, Jew, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave or free, but Christ is all and in all. Let me read this in a different translation. Read a little slower so you understand it. See, okay, it says here, in the Amplified. Let me see. Let me find it real quick here in the Amplified. I can't find it. It says, and have put on the new spiritual self, who is being continually renewed in true knowledge, in the image of him who created the new self. I feel so sorry for my Muslim brothers and sisters. That's really sad. Our black brothers and sisters that's in Islam, they're deceived. I hope there's a Muslim listening to me now. Look at me real good. You are deceived and you don't know it. You think you got it right, but you are deceived, man, woman. You are deceived. Allah is not God.
Power off.
Allah is not God. He cannot renew you into the image of the Father. He can't do it. He didn't make the sacrifice. He wasn't worthy. Allah wasn't worthy to sacrifice himself on your behalf. You are deceived. You think Christ is a white man's God. You are deceived. Christ is everybody's God. Christ is creator. He created the black man, the white man, and it's the black man's fault for ending up in slavery. I don't know why we, it was an atrocity. It was a bad thing that happened to the black people. But there's been a lot of people been enslaved. Black man wasn't the only one enslaved. There's been some white people enslaved. But it was the black man's fault because God told Judah, told them Jews, if you don't serve me, you're going to end up in slavery. Your enemy going to rule over you. In the Deuteronomy 28, and I think Genesis 15. Now I believe it's Genesis 15. Okay, but I know Deuteronomy 28. Your enemy is going to rule over you. He told us don't go back to worshiping monkeys and jumping around the barn fire worshiping demons. And they're doing it right now. They're doing it in voodoo and hoodoo and witchcraft and Satanism. They're doing it right now. You go to Benin, Africa, and some of those other countries, right there on that west coast. That's where the kingdom of Judah was. The kingdom of Judah was in Africa on the west coast. That's where we was, the Jews. The Jews. We were, and it wasn't Africa. It was called Alkebulan. Alkebulan. It wasn't. Africa is that's another white man's name. Okay, we were called Alkebulan. The kingdom of Judah was in Alkebulan, and God told us don't be worshiping frogs, crickets, and running around the bushes with a patch on your booty. He told us don't do that, but we did it anyway. He said you're going to end up a slave if you do it. Then when we ended up a slave, matter of fact, it was predicted in the Bible we was going to do it and end up a slave for 400 years. I'm going to tell you something else, my Muslim brothers and sisters. Man, I'm off the subject here. But I believe a Muslim is listening to me. I believe God's going to send you across this video so you can hear this. I'm going to tell you something else. I know Muslims want to esteem themselves as something great, and because, who want to be humiliated with slavery? Nobody do. Who want to have the memory of ancestors being a slave and treated the way we've been treated in this country? That's humiliating in itself. But I'm going to tell you something. With God, you ain't going to be great if you don't come through humility. You're not going to be great. If you come through pride, you're going to get cast down with Satan in hell. If you try to come up through pride. So y'all, a lot of you Muslim brothers and sisters, y'all threw off that slave name, the name you was born with, right? You threw it off. You know what you threw off when you threw that name off? Because you threw it off because it was humiliating that you was carrying a slave name. You don't want humility. But you want to be great in the eyes of the white man. Who want to prove themselves to them? See? But you threw that name off and you took on You took on a Muslim Arab name. That ain't even your name either. Allah, Ali, Muhammad. That's not your name. You are from Judah, the tribe of Judah. At least some of us are. A lot of the black people are not. A lot of black people are just black people from Africa, but a lot of us, we are from the tribe of Judah. But you threw that name off and you took on Muhammad but you know what you did when you did that? You threw off your inheritance. See, your name identifies who you are, where you from, and where you going, and who you belong to. Your name. Your name also identifies what you own, who you are, what's yours. It's your identity. See? See, when the white man gave us their name, he gave me my name. The white man gave my ancestors Rome. Whatever those white people were to inherit it, now I'm going to inherit it. See? I'm going to inherit it now. Whatever it was, because I got their name. I got their name. The Bible also said whatever they intended to do to me, to harm, all those who intended to lead me into captivity, they going into captivity. All those who intended to put me to the sword, they going to be put to the sword. All those who would prey upon me in Jeremiah 31, or Jeremiah 30, one of them. All those who would prey upon me, they going to become the prey. My slave masters on the day of judgment, they are the prey. And I'm going to inherit the land. I got their name. I didn't cast their name off and took on some Allah, Ali, Muhammad. That ain't me. That ain't you. You're lost, man. You are lost. You are a Muslim and you are lost. You don't know that you are lost. You don't know you've been deceived. You don't know you've been duped. Over and over, you've been tricked. Now, anyway, I'm on a rant about toward the Muslim. But, man, y'all bother me sometimes. I sit and I look at y'all. Y'all listen to Farrakhan. Farrakhan is lost. Farrakhan is a blind leading the blind. Farrakhan is lost. And he's leading you. You following him. You going to tell me that Farrakhan know more than Jesus Christ? Boy, if you believe that, I ain't going to say what I'm not going to say what I really, if you believe Farrakhan know more than Jesus Christ, the only thing I can say, man, you probably deserve what you get. Don't nobody know more than Jesus Christ. You ought to know that. Anyway. Okay. And have put on the new self, the new man that Christ have made us. I'm going to have this video done in 8 more minutes. And have put on the new self, who is being renewed to a true knowledge according to the image of the one who created you. Okay, the knowledge is renewing you back to your original state, and that is to be like the Creator. Did you know the incorruptible crown that Jesus Christ promised us is going to give us the ability to create things? I don't have time to talk about that. Okay? But the incorruptible crown that Jesus Christ promised us is going to give you the ability to create trees, to create cats, dogs, to create even other life forms. We are going back into his image. He's renewing us back into his image. Listen. The 11th verse says, "Here there is no Gentile or Jew, circumcised or uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave, free, but Christ is all and in all." This is saying, in Jesus Christ, he don't look at you and say, well, you're a black man, so you do this, or you're a white man, so you do that, or you're a woman, so you can't do this, and you're a man, so you can do this, or you're a poor man, so I want you, so you're a rich man, I don't want you. So that's what the scripture is saying. He don't look at our our color, our gender, our race, our ethnicity, and determine what we're going to be for him and in him. That's not how he judges us. Okay? But it says, it says, Christ is all that matters, and he lives in all of us. Okay? When you see Jesus Christ, when you look at his face, you're going to see all of his people inside of him. All his saints, you're going to see them. And that's what it said. But Christ is all and in all. And when you look at his people, any of his people, you're going to see Jesus Christ in all of his people. When you look at me, you're going to see Christ in me. Something about me, Christ is going to be in me. And when you look at Jesus Christ, you're going to see all of his people in him. I'm trying to hurry along here. I'm trying to move along. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly beloved, clothe yourself with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Listen at this, y'all. It says, therefore, read this in the Amplified. So as God's own chosen people, who are holy, set apart, sanctified for his purpose, and well beloved by God himself, put on a heart of compassion. We need compassion, y'all. Kindness. Okay, stop and let us say these words and think about them. Compassion. You're going to need this stuff in the last days. You're going to need it. If you're not walking in compassion toward others, Satan is going to do. He's going to get you. He's going to nip you. He's going to nip you, man. You got to have compassion in your heart for people. Kindness. You got to be kind. You're going to have to be kind in these last days. Okay? Humility. Humility is the way up. Pride is the way down, my Muslim brothers and sisters. Pride is the way down to hell with Satan in the bed of maggots where he's going to be. Okay? In darkness, stench, and rottenness. Pride. But humility is going to bring you up and sit you on the throne with God the Creator. This is what the Bible says. I don't know what that Quran says. Okay? Evidently it's teaching you wrong because of what's coming out of your mouth. Oh, Jesus. The more I talk about this, the more there is to say. It looks like the more I talk on this stuff, I'm like, this is sad. Anyway, so as God's own chosen people who are holy, set apart, sanctified for his purpose, and well beloved by God himself, you are well beloved. Put on a heart of compassion. Listen, I'm reading this stuff to y'all, but I got to remember to do this myself. Put on a heart of compassion. Kindness even when you don't feel like being kind. Humility. Gentleness, be gentle. Okay? I'm talking to myself first here, y'all. I got to remember to be gentle, not rough, harsh. Patience. When somebody say, hey, can you pick me up for a church? And then you get there and they ain't even ready. And they know you're coming a week ago. And you trying to get to church on time or wherever you're trying to get to. Man, I got to be on time. Then you get there, they're not even ready. You gotta be patient. Patience right there. Which has the power to endure patience, which has the power to endure whatever injustice or unpleasantness comes with good temper. Okay. Now listen. Bear with each other and forgive one another. Man, I could talk on that right there. Forgiveness it can be a tremendous challenge. It just depends on how much you love God. It just depends on how much you love God and how much you love people, how much you love the world. But it can be a tremendous challenge. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of people who have lost their salvation right there. They ran into something where they could not forgive. They just couldn't forgive. I just can't forgive them. You know what? I've been there. Well, it's like, man, Lord, I don't have the power to me to forgive them. I don't have the strength. But then what I had to do, I had to fall back on God. I had to say, Lord, you're going to have to take my life from here. Because I don't have this, I don't have it in me to forgive them. You're going to have to take my life. You're going to have to enter my life and give me your spirit to forgive and let go. Because sometimes you can go beyond your ability to do. You can go beyond your ability to forgive. And there's some people who have done that. And instead of saying, Lord, I'm not able to do it, would you help me? They don't say that. They just keep going with their life. Listen, God said if you don't forgive others, you will not be forgiven. I don't want to go to hell for nobody, y'all. When I stand before God, I don't want him to say, you're not forgiven. I want him to say, you're forgiven. Okay? I want to be saved, man. I don't want to go to hell for nobody. Ain't nobody, I don't hate nobody that much to go to hell, and I don't love nobody that much. Okay? Ain't nobody who did nothing to me that bad. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Bear with each other and forgive one another. If any of you has grievance against someone, forgive as the Lord forgave you. As the Lord forgave you. How did the Lord forgive you? Do we bring it back up in your face? You remember what you did? No. Don't you do it either. Okay? Don't you do it either, all right? I'm talking to myself here too, y'all. I'm talking to myself also. I got to remember what I'm saying. I got to do it too. God, give me strength. You know, it's a lot of times, y'all, the preacher or the teacher, you know, it may look like he have it together, but he's got to do everything he says he's telling you. But it's going to be all right. I believe it will. Now listen, this is the last verse I think I want to read. It says, and over all these virtues, or you can say, and above all these things, or you can say, in addition to all these things that we just talked about, or beyond all these things, it says, put on and wrap yourself in unselfish love. Okay, I'm going to have to end this video right here, but I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to pick it back up. I'm going to try to pick it back up here. Which is the perfect bond of unity. For everything is bound together in agreement when each one seeks the best for others. This is the reason why marriages don't stay together. When I look back over my marriage life with my wife and the times we did separate, we separated a few times, I can clearly see what the problem was. Selfishness. Selfishness. And not just my part, it was on her part too. And selfishness brought about misunderstanding. But when a marriage couple say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna put down my wants to see about your wants, man, that marriage will grow so strong. It will grow strong. But sometimes what happens is the wife will say, I've seen this happen. The wife will put down her desires to meet the man's desires, and the man just walk all over the woman. Well, who wants that? Okay, and vice versa. But anyway, that's another subject there. That's another study right there. Okay? So let me read this again. It says, above all, or in addition to these things, or you can say, and beyond all these things, put on love, which is the perfect bond of unity. After you clean up fornication, uncleanness, all type of sexual perversion, malice, ill will toward people, profanity out of your mouth, just all that stuff, evil thinking, evil desires, Concupiscence. I didn't bring that out. Concupiscence. Concupiscence is closely related to concubus. I mean incubus and concubine and succubus. Concupiscence. Okay, it's closely related. After you get rid of all that stuff, then it says, beyond all these things, put on and wrap yourselves in unselfish love, which is the perfect bond of unity. For everything is bound together in agreement, which when each one seeks the best for others. Okay? I'm going to end it right here, y'all. But we are going to need to walk in love. If you plan on making it in these last days, and I'm telling you, the tribulation is gonna pop up. It's gonna pop up out of nowhere. I'm telling you, it's gonna be on you before you know it. Just like this free mandatory medicine or the free Kool-Aid that Joe Biden was trying to push on us during COVID, and people took that stuff. They didn't even know what was in it. They still don't. We still don't, y'all. And it just kind of slipped up on us. And they talked us into taking, not me. They talked a lot of people into taking that stuff out of fear. Out of fear. And it was just kind of mass confusion and fear. We don't know what's going on, And they went out and they took that jab. They took that free medicine. You don't know what's in it. And then a lot of the pastors was telling people to go take it. Man, I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. A lot of pastors was telling people to go take that. And anyway, the tribulation is going to be the same way. We're going to wake up one morning. We ain't going to be able to get our money at the bank. We're going to have to go online and cashless. It's going to be a cashless digital currency. And then they're going to say, well, you got to do this, you got to do that before you get your money and before you have this and that. All that. And I'm praying that we don't push the panic button and do what they say. We're going to have to stand for God, y'all. We have to love God with all our soul, with all our heart, with all our strength. I have made up my mind. I hope I keep it made up. Come hell or high water, no food. I'm going to stand for God. And I hope you do the same thing. I want to see God, man. I want a relationship with God. I want a deep relationship with God. Okay? I bet you the Muslims take it. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to take it. They're going to take that mark. Because Allah can't help them. Allah ain't going to give them no strength. But anyway, Allah going to tell them to take it. Going to tell them to take it. Anyway, okay, I'm about done. Okay, I'm gonna get a little deeper into this. Because I want you to understand, man, I'm trying not to make these videos so long. Because I want you to, when the video's too long, I don't know about you, I just lose interest a lot of times. But I hope you don't lose interest. I hope you listen. Tribulation's coming, and it's going to spring on us suddenly. It's going to come suddenly, y'all. Like, well, I'm here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna finish. I'm trying to finish this up this week. We're gonna talk about what is love. Okay, what is love? What's the benefits of love? Okay, so I hope you guys tune in, and we appreciate you all. I'm gonna talk some more. I'm gonna talk some more about the millennial reign. Too after I get these videos finished this week, I'm gonna talk some more about the millennial reign because it is. I'm finding out the church do not know or understand anything about the millennial reign. Okay, and we need to know. We need to know where we're headed, what to expect. Okay, I'll tell you, it'll bring more joy to your soul knowing that you're gonna rule this earth with Christ. I'm telling you, man, life ain't gonna be like it is now. Anyway, let me let you guys go. God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. Jesus Christ is soon to come. Be ready, people.